Ajax have confirmed that Mohamed Kudus is absent from training due to medical reasons, with Chelsea and Arsenal interested in signing the 22-year-old. Kudus has established himself as one of the Eredivisie's most talented youngsters in recent seasons, capable of playing in a variety of positions, including attacking midfield, on the wing, or even as a false nine. The Blues have sounded out Ajax over making a possible move for the Ghanaian attacking midfielder, Football.London understands. The 22-year-old, who is now in the final 2 years of his contract at the Johan Cruyff Arena, is open to leaving the club this summer, meaning personal terms with Chelsea should not prove to be an issue. Chelsea are yet to submit an offer to Ajax for Kudus, but initial discussions have taken place and the Dutch club may be open to selling the Ghana international at the right price considering his contract status. Reports this week have stated that Kudus could be available for a fee in the region of £40 million. However, the manager has acknowledged that the team is not where he wants it to be right now. He has claimed that he still believes he needs the club to bring in one more midfielder before they get ready to take on Liverpool in the first game of the season in less than 3 weeks' time. He said, "At least we need one more. We are working on that. Depends what happens in the next few weeks. The club is working on that. We need one more." It has been widely claimed that the Blues are most hopeful for Moises Caicedo to be the player signed in the position. Preseason has seen the Blues utilize a number of youngsters in midfield, with Andre Santos and Cesare Casadei impressing particularly. However, a first-team option with Premier League experience is likely to be needed and may cost them close to a record fee for a transfer. Whilst £69 million is more than Todd Boehly has had to pay to secure the signature of any of his summer arrivals so far, Vlahovic has been dubbed a goal machine by football talent scout Jacek Kulig, so he could well be a player worth splashing the cash on to bring to Chelsea. Sponsored by Nike, the left-footed ace posted 12-goal contribution, 10 goals and 2 assists in 27 Serie A appearances last season, form which saw him receive 3 Man of the Match awards, but he was also a threat even when the ball didn't hit the back of the net. The World Cup participant recorded a total of 65 shots over the course of the campaign, which was more than any other of his fellow teammates, via FBref, and he additionally makes for a great target man, having averaged 1.3 aerial wins per league game, highlighting his physical strength off the ground. Pochettino will of course be aware that he already has plenty of strong options at center forward in Nkunku and Jackson, not to mention that Armando Broja has made it clear that he wants to stay and fight for his place, but with talks having been held as stated above, the boss must be serious about his pursuit of Vlahovic, so this could be one to keep a close eye on in the next few weeks ahead. Chelsea are reportedly preparing to submit a new formal bid to sign Brighton and Hove Albion star Moises Caicedo this summer. As per the transfer journalist Rudy Galletti, the Blues have decided to revamp their engine room in this transfer window after letting N'Golo Kante, Mason Mount and Mateo Kovacic leave the club. Several players have been linked with a move to Stamford Bridge over the last few months, with Caicedo emerging as a serious target. Chelsea have been in negotiations with Brighton to sign the midfielder and have already seen a £70 million bid rejected by the Seagulls. Now, writing on Twitter, Galletti has reported that the West London club are set to table a fresh bid to sign the South American over the coming days, and Brighton are adamant that they want £100 million to let their star man leave this summer. Galletti wrote, "Chelsea are ready to speed things up for Caicedo, making a new bid in the next days. The position of Brighton is quite adamant, asking for at least £100 million, but Chelsea will do their best to sign the Ecuadorian. Poch considers him the ideal player to strengthen the midfield."
Mainoo's omission from the squad that took on Wrexham indicates he will get a run out against Real Madrid in the early hours of Thursday morning. Pre-season or not, that would be a milestone for the teenager, who will have deserved his inclusion. The midfielder has built on his competitive outings, with 3 excellent showings so far this summer. There is only so much to glean from friendlies, but Mainoo was impressive against Leeds and Arsenal. At 18, he has a lot of potential to fulfill, and is already showing signs of it. Erik ten Hag identified it earlier this year, and ensured the youngster penned a fresh 5-year deal. He's also made it known that Mainoo will stay on in the senior setup next season. Mainoo could fix the midfield problem. It's clear his academy days are done, and it's about pushing for senior minutes. Not only does the starlet have vision, but he is full of energy and has improved his strength conditioning too. He is by nature an attacking midfielder, but Ten Hag has utilized him further back too. Mainoo is young and will be given time, but the early signs are already promising. A rotation role next season could be the perfect next step. His displays may give Ten Hag the freedom to offload a midfielder without the promise of a replacement.
Accelerant is planning to raise fresh capital next year in a deal that could result in the specialty insurance provider making its debut on the stock market, its CEO and co-founder told Reuters on Monday. The Cayman Islands-based group, which counts sports financier Todd Boehly's investment company among its backers, raised $150 million in December from investors to fund the rollout of an insurance exchange, valuing it at $2.4 billion, Accelerant chief executive Jeff Radke said. It expects the cash to carry it into 2024 before it needs to tap investors again, although the timeline may be brought forward if growth opportunities come about, he said. Accelerant is weighing whether to secure the extra funds through a private share sale or an initial public offering, IPO, in New York, the executive said, without giving a specific fundraising target. No final decisions have been made, and banks have not yet been formally appointed to structure a deal, Radke added. The company's institutional shareholders did not reply to requests for comment. Accelerant connects risk underwriters with reinsurers and institutional investors. It takes payment from capital providers and helps them manage their portfolio of underwriters. Founded in 2018, the group has grown rapidly with the backing of its majority shareholder Altamont Capital Partners, drawing in other investors along the way, including Boehly's investment company Eldridge and MassMutual's private equity arm Barings. Other firms in the industry have been looking to capitalize on rising prices for commercial insurance and reinsurance to attract new investors. Skyward Specialty, SKWD.O, and Fidelis Insurance Holdings, FIHL.N, have completed IPOs in New York since January, while French company AXA XF.PA is considering carving out its reinsurance arm XL Re, Reuters reported earlier this month. However, markets are just starting to warm up to new entrants after soaring interest rates all but froze IPO activity last year. Equally, investors have shown a preference in recent months for companies with a profitable track record over the promise of high growth. Portfolio rotation prompted by soaring debt costs sent growth-focused stocks on a dive last year. While this spilled into the private markets, Accelerant has been able to maintain its valuation in its fundraising efforts.